Hey everybody, I'm Rob Freeman and welcome back to Securing the Built Environment. This is episode 153, and in this episode we're going to be talking about the word entropy. Specifically, what does it mean when it comes to using high entropy or low entropy passwords to protect your online accounts. And if you enjoy this video, you find something useful about it, please hit the like button below, and you can also subscribe to my YouTube channel right here. The word entropy is a word actually that has a Greek derivation that means transformation. And if you go on to Google and you type in entropy, you'll see the Wikipedia page. And actually the word password is nowhere to be found on that Wikipedia page. And in this page about entropy, they're really talking about thermodynamic systems and how over time thermodynamic systems that are closed have more and more entropy within them, or randomness and decay. And so that Wikipedia page doesn't talk about web security at all, which I thought was funny because entropy is a really important concept in web security. And the reason that it's important is that today, with all the free software and artificial intelligence capabilities that are out there, hackers have more tools at their disposal to guess your passwords than ever before. And so if you have a password that you're using that's like, something simple like your dog's name with some numbers after it, like Ginger 12345, or even capitalized G, Ginger 12345, that can be guessed in a matter of seconds using free software available online. Whereas if you use a high entropy password with different characters and numbers and upper and lowercase letters, and use a very long password, like say 18 characters of all that randomness, and you use software to choose a random password, then the chances of that password being guessed by a hacker is very low. As a matter of fact, below this video, I linked to an article where I go into the detail of how long it would take with software available today for hackers to guess high entropy passwords. And basically, if you have a high entropy password where you're using like 18 characters with high randomness, it would take quadrillion years using the software available today for somebody to be able to guess that password. The hackers would never be able to guess your password. And so it's really important to use high entropy passwords, but like, how are you going to remember these passwords? Well, the best thing is for you to not. You shouldn't remember them. You should use a password manager. In a previous video, which I'll link to again below, is a video that I did on Apple's password managers. I use Apple for almost all my stuff, use an iPhone and Macs. And if you use Apple's ecosystem, Apple came out with a password manager that is integrated right into the whole Mac ecosystem. If you use iOS and Mac OS and Safari, even other web browsers, Apple will allow you to choose the entropy of your passwords, and then it remembers all your passwords for you and preloads them into all your important online accounts. So at the end of the day, you want to have high entropy passwords. Now, one thing that's important to mention is that when password managers store passwords, they're stored not in the open, meaning in readable text, but they're stored in what's called a hash. And within the databases of the password managers, they have, for your account, for Bank of America or JP Morgan Chase, etc., they have your account, they have your email or your login username, and then they have the password. The password will be hashed. And what a hash is basically it's a one-way algorithm that takes your password and then puts it into the algorithm, and it spits out a random string of characters that is easy to create but impossible to figure out retroactively, or for somebody to reverse engineer the hash to find your password. But it is possible if you dump enough firepower at it and computing power, or if you're using low entropy passwords. So if there are different types of hashing algorithms that are used for hashing passwords, and a hash of Ginger12345 using the same hashing algorithm is going to be the same no matter what, because it's a deterministic system. So if somebody knows the hash of Ginger12345 and that information is out there in a data breach and that's freely available to anybody who's a hacker and they want to get access to that information, they're going to have that, and that's going to be in the number, that's going to be in the choices that they use when they're guessing billions of times a second for your password. So again, it's better to create random passwords using high entropy, have unique passwords for every website, and just rely on a password manager so you don't have to remember the damn things. So that, anyway, that's what entropy is. It's a measure of randomness, or how difficult it is for somebody to guess what your password is. Use high entropy passwords, not low entropy passwords, and use a password manager to make your life easier. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it, and hope you found this useful, and have a great day.